The belief in stress was the thing that was killing them. There's a YouTube video I just posted it. A health psychologist, and she was doing a TED Talk. It was called The Power of Stress. This is something we've been teaching for a while, is that stress is beautiful. We are built as men to step into stress every day, and it makes us stronger. Think about lifting weights. If you didn't stress the body, would you grow muscles? Nothing would happen, right? If you had too little weight, nothing would happen. If you had too much weight, you could hurt yourself. With the right amount of weight, you can grow immensely over time. And this is true with all areas of life. Think about sex. Does sex have tension in it? It's really good tension, but it's tension. What about a baby growing in the womb or being born? A baby coming through the birth canal. There's a lot of tension in that. We are born into tension. We're built to live in it. We're built to grow in it. It's our soil, in a sense, that makes us grow from a seed buried in the ground to a whole tree. And when we go around trying to get rid of all that tension, we actually end up making ourselves sick. Our lives we lose passion, we lose dreams. They asked them how much stress they had in their life: high stress, medium stress, low stress. And the people with high stress that thought stress was bad for them had the highest degree of death rate over the 8 years. So I think it was like 43%. And then they went down from there, all those degrees. And what they noticed was people that had the lowest percentage of death rate believed stress was good for them and also had the highest amount of stress in their life. So they had a lot of stress and they thought stress was good for them. The belief in stress was the thing that was killing them. Think about it when you're growing up as a little kid and you're out there pushing yourself. You know, as little boys, how much are we running right into danger? Bicycles, running, jumping out of trees. We're growing. But as we get older and older, it's like we're being told, be careful. Don't take risks. Don't push yourselves too far. And this is where I screwed up. You go into this business of wanting to meet women. You know, I'm like, I want to meet women. I want to figure it out. And because I was so risk averse and so stress averse, I was trying to figure it out without having to push myself into stress. I was like, okay, I'm scared to approach that girl, so I'm going to figure out just the right hypnosis technique or EFT or some spiritual technique or something like that's going to get rid of all my fear, and then I'll approach her because I didn't want to experience any pain. What made it take so long to change my life was the fact that I was avoiding all the pain. And when I woke up to the fact that life is pain, and the key in life is not to avoid pain, but to learn to appreciate it, that's when you actually go free. That's when your life starts to really change and change fast. Has anybody read Losing My Virginity, which is Richard Branson's? His parents taught him every day to step into the unknown and go for it. They taught him to face fear. See, there's two major fears you have to really face in life. It's the fear of the unknown and the fear of being seen. And his parents taught him to face both every day as a little kid. His mom took him and dropped him off with a sack lunch and said, find your way home. Figure it out. And he did. It took him 2 days. He stayed at his cousin's or his aunt's house the first night, and he got home the second day. And he said, I came in the house and I thought my mom was going to be like, oh, good job. And she said, good, I've been waiting for you. Go cut the firewood from the next door neighbor now. And they taught him to keep going for it. And you'll see that in his childhood, that they did this everywhere. When he became a young adult in high school, his first job, or his first business, because he always had his own business, was he started a magazine called Student, and he was selling ad space in it. And nobody knew he was a student in high school. He would just go to the payphone after school, and he'd hop on the payphone and start calling people and selling ad space from the payphone. And he said, and I quickly figured out back then that if I called the operator and told her that that I'd lost my money in the payphone, that she would call and replace the call for me, and it would sound like my secretary. I got Mr. Branson on the line for you. Can I put him through? And he said, that's how I got the magazine launched. I kept doing that all day long after school, sitting in a payphone. How many of you would do something like that at 17, 18 years old, right? Can you see why he's worth about $7 billion today? And he's trying to figure out. Now, his idea of what's stressful and our idea of what's stressful is radically different because he stretched himself so much over time. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And when he was young, he talks about working out, and he talks about how he's coming all the time. And he says, I'm walking across the street and I'm coming. I'm lifting weights and I'm coming. It's because he's in touch with that part of himself that was very penetrating with life. To be creative, to be powerful, you have to be in touch with your sexual energy. Today, sitting in Los Angeles, how much information comes at you in an hour? Cell phones, planes, things everywhere. Possibilities move faster, but we're overloading.